G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Aces of Valor from Legion Wargames. We've finished our first campaign, which I was doing as 1915. We're about to go on to 1916, so we're going to set up and see how we go. First things first, like I said, I'm carrying over the aircraft that I had. So at the moment, I've got Manfred, who's an ace, and I've got Bruno, who is skilled. They're both Tier 1 aircraft. And I've got 4 Tier 1 fighters as well, with Karl, Kurt, Lothar and Heinrich, and I have 1 skilled Tier 2 aircraft, which is Oswald. So I have 7 of my 8 flight ready. So this time we'll be looking at trying to upgrade to Tier 2 aircraft and going from there. But that's where we stand at the moment. So again, this 1916 campaign will be, again, a long campaign. So we're into January of 1916. I've got the mission turn track set up. I've zeroed out the mission point and victory point markers. I've got my Tier 1, 2, 3 German aircraft, along with the 2-seaters bombers and the heavy bomber. I still have the Brits set up for Tier 1 at the moment, but we'll go through and see what we're going to end up, whether it's going to be British, whether it's going to be French, and whether they will be Tier 1 or Tier 2 aircraft and so forth. Doctrine-wise, with the optional stuff, is we're staying with opposing doctrines for British and Germans. If we get Brits, then it doesn't really matter because we're playing the Germans, so we don't have offensive patrols. So this one's not really going to matter much. It's just that we don't get defensive patrols, and they've been removed from our mission deck. Breaking off not automatic is staying, and inferior Entente guns for this year as well will remain as well, because the Entente aircraft was still coming to grips with interrupter gear and all the rest of it, so they were still either trying to put their machine guns up on top of the top wing, which means they had less guns, usually only 1 machine gun up there, and that was it, which made it more difficult to shoot, to reload, to cock, all that sort of stuff. And also they were either doing that, or some of them were still playing around with some metal sheathing on the propeller blades and trying to shoot through without shooting off their own propeller. So that will remain in force again for this year. So that's where we stand at the moment. So first things first that I'm going to do is, here are our mission cards. I am going to give them a good shuffle up so you can see me actually do that. And throw them around as well, just for the fun of it. So there's our mission deck. We are using the still optional post-mission events. So these will come into play again. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, and so forth. So there are our post-mission events. Righto, so first up, choose campaign length. We've done that. It's 1916 and it is a long campaign. Place game markers on tracks, and we've done that. Excuse me. It's about -3 again, but I'm being good and no gloves this time. Pick nationality. We've done that. So now we need to roll for the tier. Sorry. We're going to roll for the nationality of whether it's going to be British or French. And this will be a 1 to 4 for British and a 5 or 6 for the French. And here we go. So we'll use one of their die. And it's going to be the British still. And now we need to roll a die 6 on the chart here for the British and see whether they have tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3 aircraft. No, in fact, we don't need to do that. I need to change the British over to tier 2 aircraft because we have, at the change of year is the way I'm doing this, we have one tier 2. So we're going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage with our flight, our Staffel, our squadron as such, and go from there. So I am going to roll for home airfield. And it's a 3, so our home airfield will be B. And home airfield B will put us here to start with. And here is our current flight. So I'm just going to pause it and I'm going to get out the tier 2 British aircraft. The 2-seaters don't change, of course. The bombers don't change either, I don't believe. So it's simply tier 2. So we're going to have the 7s this time. Righto, so they're going to be a 7 initiative rather than an 8 initiative. Sorry, a 6 initiative. So I don't really need to pause it. I'm just being the dicky whacker. Don't worry about it. And we'll put those out. Here were the tier 1s. And I'm just going to grab a little baggie and tip them into it. And they are out of the way. So the Commonwealth forces in the first instance will have an advantage in aircraft tier. So we've got 2, 4, 7, 9, 12, 16 of them in there ready to go as tier 2. And we will start to bring our people up to tier 2. And also have to buy ourselves another replacement aircraft. But we can buy a replacement as a tier 2 straight up for this one replacement here, but we'll need to upgrade these guys as such. So that is that. So we've done that. We're not drawing random fighters because we've done that. We've done the home airfield. We've done shuffle the mission cards and begin the first mission. Okay, so again, strategic victory will be 36 victory points. Not all that, we got 38 out of the possible max of 40 last time, but by the same token, we didn't have to upgrade aircraft, and for upgrading costs 3 mission points straight up for each aircraft. So, we're looking at a minimum of, at the moment, looking at 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 mission points just to upgrade. 20 mission points to replace straight away, and that's without repairs or anything else. Now, I know I had a couple of, in fact, I think it was Manfred who was broken last time, but I've just put that down to over Christmas his aircraft was repaired, and that's that. Right. Oh, so we are ready to get into the pre-mission phase. So, first thing is update the current mission mark. It's on 1. Draw mission card and place objective markers. So let's come on over to this side. This is where we're going to be playing unless we get a scramble straight up. So our first mission card is going to be a photo recon with 3 fighters and 1 2-seater against an enemy airfield, which is going to be enemy airfield C for a 5 or 6, and we can conduct up to 3 attempts. So there we go. So airfield C is our mission objective, and it's all the way down here. So we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24 all the way back to here. So if we run into too much trouble, we may only just get back to airfield C this time. So that's where we stand at the moment. Righto. So next thing up is the weather. And it's going to be a 5, which is heavy clouds, which is a -2 to artillery spotting and photo recon. So let's choose our aircraft. We get first up a 2-seater, which is in here. And it's a 1-1 2-seater, which is good. So that's good. And we get 3 fighters. So we're going to take Oswald because he's our bestest fighter at the moment. He's not our best person. We will take... Who are we going to take? We'll take Manfred, of course. In fact, we're going to take our 2 skilled and our 1 ace with us to give us the best coverage we can, seeing as we're up against worse people. Horrible people. So that is that. Okay. What else do we want to do? That's it. We're ready to go. So I suppose I'll just bring it this way. I know it's a bit of a cock around, but we're good to go. So mission 1, photo recon down here to airfield C with 3 fighters and a 2-seater. All righto. No damaged aircraft, move flight. And we may as well come straight down and we roll up for a flight event, and again friendly rear, so 11 and 12s is the only result we need to worry about, and there's nothing. We go 2 and roll up, nothing happening. We go 3, roll up, nothing happening. We go 4, nothing happening. We start moving west for 5, still nothing. 6, nothing. 7, nothing. And we're into the trenches now, so we're looking at a 9 through 12. Nothing. And I'm going to bring my mission track up to speed now. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which goes from 24 to 16. Okay, so we'll go down 1 more now, and we move into the enemy trenches. We roll for a 9 to 12 again, nothing happening. So we roll for anti-aircraft fire, and it's a 6, so it's going to be heavy anti-aircraft fire, which with heavy clouds, sorry, it's a -1 is a 5, so it's moderate. Okay, so that's 2 anti-aircraft fire at each one. So first off, Manfred, and we have 1 potential hit, which does nothing. Next up is Oswald, and we have 1 potential hit, which does nothing. Third one is Bruno, nothing, and then our 2-seater with nothing as well. Right-o. Now we move into here. Now, that's the first time I've actually noticed it here. There is no AAA here because it's all woods, forest. And the same with this hex over here for the Germans, no AAA in this area either. Okay, so that's that. So we go in there and we're looking for a flight event. And again, we're in the enemy rear now, so it's a 10 to 12, nothing happening there. Into the railroad, nothing happening there. And we get to our current flight right there, looking for an event, and nothing happens there. And we have gone a whole 12, so we have 12 left to get home. Okie dokie. So now we have photo recon. Okay, photo recon artillery spotting. No. What are we doing here? Sorry. Photo recon. Random enemy airfield. Okay. So, AAA against him as per usual. AA on round 1 is going to be 1d6 -1 for heavy clouds. Okay. So 5 -1 is 4. So photo recon artillery spotting double A is for 2. So each attack die roll of 6 is a hit on the 2-seater, roll on the aircraft damage table, blah, blah, blah. So it's only against them. Righto, so I should have used these. So 2 against the 2-seater. This is the first attempt. Nothing happens. So now we have to roll for the photo recon quality, and we have a 1d6, so we'll roll that and then we'll apply the modifiers. We have a 2. The ground skill of our aircraft, ta-da, is a +1, so that gives us a 3. The cloud modifier is heavy clouds, which is -2, so we're down to 1. We get a +1 in round 2, so we're at 2. So 2 or less is poor for photo recon, and we have 0 MPs. So there you go. 0 mission points for the first round. Okay, so now we can go up to combat round 2, and we'll roll for our check, and we have a 7. We're in the enemy rear is a 6. We're in an enemy airfield, space is a 5, I should say. A 5 to 7, any enemy aircraft remain, and there are none. So we're simply going through again. Now we have our double A, our anti-aircraft fire for round 2, and this will be a -1 for heavy clouds. And we have a 6 -1 is a 5, and a 5 or 6 for round 2 is 4 triple A. There are wakies to us. 4 triple A against our 2-seater. Oops. We have 2 potential hits, so 1 die plus 1. A 1 and 1 is 2, nothing happens. So now we have our photo recon spotting result, and we get a 6 this time. Plusy's ground skill is a 7, -2 for the cloud cover is a 5, plus 1 for round 2 is a 6, and a 5 to 6 is good, which is 3 MPs. Not fantastic, but we'll take 3 photo mission points straight up. Okay. We'll do our roll for the combat event check. It's an 8. -2 is 6. Again, any enemy aircraft remain. We now have to take this mission turn tracker down 1 because we're in our 3rd go. We do the enemy AAA or AA. It's a 2. -1 is a 1. For the 3rd round is 3 AAA. And we have 1 potential hit, which can't do anything against the 2-seater because it's a 6 anyway. So not even any sense in rolling. And then we roll for our photo recon. And we have a 5. +1 for the ground skill is 6. -2 for cloud is a 4. +2 for round 3 is a 6 again, which is good, and another 3 MPs. So we're up to 6 points so far. We cannot get back to our home airfield at all. So we are going to have to go back for airfield C, which is going to cost us 1 straight up, 1 mission point. So let's start heading home. So we'll go to there, which brings us down to 10. We roll for an event. This is an enemy rear, so 10 to 12. Ah, we have one. We have a flight event. Bugger. Maybe. It is a 6. In the enemy rear is enemy fighters. 1 die 6. 1 enemy fighter. Okay, so we have 1 enemy fighter. He must have gotten off the ground and he's chasing us. And it is Albert, who's a 0-0. Now, we need to do the... where did you go? Ugh. Always forget this word, the detection check. Okay, we have a 9. Our best air skill is a 4, which is 13. Their best air skill is a 0. And we have a 2-seater is a 12. You surprise the enemy. We can choose to engage or evade, +2 to first round. We will engage because we're just that kind of guy. Righto, so let's come over here. And we're going to put Albert out first and see if we can blow him away. Okay, so he is a 7, +3 is 10. And we're a +2 to all of ours. So we have a 10 for Manfred, +2 is 12, +5 is 17. We have a 7, excuse me, an 8 and 2 is 10 for Oswald, and 6 is 16. We have a 6 and 1 is 7 for Bruno, plus 2 is 9, and 1 is 10, so he's not going to do anything. And our 2-seater is a 4, plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, and 2 is 9. Righto, so first up is going to be Manfred, and he's at 17 to 10, which is going to be a 7, which gives him 5 attacking die. And he is plus 4 for all of these, which gives him 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 potential hits. Okay, let's do 3 and 3, 5 and 5, in fact. 10 potential hits. But I don't think we can do all that bloody many, can we? That would be 1 die plus 9, which means Albert's dead. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else you can really do that by. Yeah, he's simply dead. Okay, Albert is dead. Goodbye, Albert. And we all fly back again. There we go, there we go, there we go, and there we go. And we can come back over here. We only had the 1 and that was it. Okie dokie. So next up we go back into here. We're rolling for a flight event. Again, enemy rear, so 10 to 12, nothing happening. Into sector H, enemy event first. We're looking at a 9 to 12 in the trenches, nothing happening. Now we have AAA. It's a 1, minus 1 is 0, no AAA. We come back to sector H. Flight event is an 8, but it's a 9 to 12, so nothing happening there. We get to our balloons. We're into our rear now, so it's only 11s and 12s. Nothing happening. Come over. Nothing happening. Come over one more. Ooh, nearly. And we land at Airfield C. Event. Nothing there. And we do our post-mission event. Aces of Valor. And an elite enemy pilot challenges your squadron to a personal duel over no man's land. If you accept, select 1 ready aircraft for 1-on-1 combat against a +2 skill enemy pilot of the same tier. Oh, okay. Righto, let's come here. So we need a +2, and I only have the 1 +2, which is Manfred. So it's going to be Manfred, wherever. Put him down there. Before I forget, I'm going to remove 1 mission point because we landed at the wrong airfield. Okay, so that's done. So now I've got to go to Tier 1 aircraft and grab a 2 skill. And I think there's only one of them up there. Kazali. No, and it's Billy. I don't think there is another 2. No. Oh, yeah, there's Edward as well. There's a 2-1. And that should be the whole lot of them. Yes, it is. Okay, so we have 2 of them. I'm going to put them both into this container. Out here. Mix them up. I've got no idea who's who. And we pick one, and it is Billy. Okay, so silly Billy against Manfred. Okie dokie. There is a no detection check before the first round, no combat events checks, and neither may break off. Righto. Okie doke. So since Billy's challenged us, we'll put Billy out first. Here's a 6 plus 2 is 8, and 1 is 9. Not real flash. And we are a 10, and 4 is 14. Okay, so straight up, we get to attack first. We're at 5, which gives us 4 attack dice. Okay, and we are plus 4. That's a miss, which gives us 4, 6 potential hits. 1 die plus 5. 5 and 4 is 9, and Billy is shot down. Ba-dump. And Manfred comes back in to land. There we go. And our 2-seater goes back over there. Righto. If either aircraft is shot down, gain or lose VPs equal to the defeated pilot's air skill. Well, his air skill is 2, so we get 2 VP. And he can go back into the Tier 1 bag. Okay, so our mission points go up to 7 again. So far, Aces of Valor goes back. Mission objective goes away. And we can do our thing. So we get our 6 mission points for photo recon. And 2 mission points for shooting down Billy. That's 8. Minus 1 for landing at the wrong airfield is 7. And then on top of that, we shot down Albert, which is another 1, which takes us back to 8. And Albert goes away. We have 8 points. So, 8 points. What to do with them? We need an aircraft. That's fine. Yes, we do. Okay, so the first thing I think we're going to do is we need 3 for an upgrade, 5 for a replacement. Or we can simply do 2 upgrades and a replacement and forget about victory points this time. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to look at 2 upgrades. So we will, Fred, Tier 2. Okay, so Manfred has been upgraded. That's 3 points, takes us to 5. We will upgrade Bruno. Yeah, Bruno. Where are you? Come on, you can do it. There he is. We have Bruno, who has been upgraded. It goes back into Tier 1. And that leaves us with 2 points, and we are going to then put these back into here and draw 1. Of course, it can't be one of these 4. So if we draw them, we'll simply redraw. And we get Otto, which is fine. So there we go. And that goes back there, and we have spent all our money. And we are ready for mission 2. Okay. So Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad at all. So we now have 4 Tier 2 aircraft and 4 Tier 1 aircraft. And the next thing we have to do is draw a new mission. It's going to be trench strafing with 4 fighters. Okay, trench strafing in sectors F through H. So we're going to be down here again. So looking at that is again going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then another 9 to get back is 18. So it gives us a bit to play with, which is good. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. So 4 fighters to choose. Whom to choose? In fact, let's do the weather roll first. It's going to be a 3, which is a light cloud, which is not going to affect us in any real way, shape, or form. Okay, 4 fighters. We'll leave Manfred behind. He's already up there and he's an ace, so we'll leave him at the moment. We will take, on the other hand, it's a +1 and a +1. We're going to take Otto. We will take Heinrich. He's a Tier 1. Otto's a Tier 2. We will take Manfred. And we'll see if we can upskill Oswald or Bruno as well. So we'll take Manfred, Oswald, who's skilled, Otto, who's a beginner in a Tier 2, and Heinrich, who's a beginner in a Tier 1. And that will be everything good to go. So again, thanks very much. I hope you enjoy, and we're ready to go on with second mission of 1916. Take care. Bye for now.